Afternoon YouTube, yes it's me, and I'm back again, and as you can see, we're back out in the bundu. Now this is just going to be a little video, nothing special, about a new stove attachment that I've got, which is that, and it fits underneath, no not that, underneath that, which is the US canteen cup that Steve Kirwen very kindly sent me, along with the canteen itself and the cover. Now basically all it is, it fits underneath the canteen cup, which it usually sits on top of it like that, and it normally takes a hexi block, but I figured that all things being equal, likely it will take a spirit burner, such as the good old Trangia, which is there, which is out of my mini Trangia. And so hopefully all I need to do is pop it over the top like so, and then to keep the canteen cup on top, I've got a couple of these. What the devil are those, I hear you saying? Well, these are medical wound probes. Now what they're made of, heaven only knows. Whether they're titanium or surgical steel, I don't know. But they are non-magnetic. And if you just lay them across there like such, and that's just bloomed. And then you pop the canteen cup on top, like so. It supports them jolly well. And there's my homemade top, which will be going on there, just to conserve fuel, make it burn a bit quicker. As you can see, all the usual suspects are here. There's Mr. Spoon from Button Moon, plastic funnel to drain the mess back in, right, good old Zippo, Kinder Surprise with the powdered milk in. I nearly said powdered egg then, but that's only because I'm an idiot. And the 35ml film canister with the coffee and sugar already measured in. And especially for Gulrika, Swedish folding mug, my little folding saw from the range, just on the off chance that I see a nice stick to cut. Oh, and this is just a 350ml aluminium fuel bottle, and round it is one of those silicone wristbands that I got from some gas board rep, I think, with just a few paper tapers held on to light the stove with. So basically that's about it really. I think it's, you can't really see so very well because of the gap, but those little wound probes are absolutely ideal, because I weighed them at home and the pair of them don't even register 1 gram on the scales. So whether they're titanium or surgical stainless, I do not know, and to be perfectly frank with you, I do not care, because they were free. Which just like all the best things in life are free. So, as you can see, it's a beautiful day in the wood today. It's a little bit overcast, but not too bad. And it's a little bit windy, which is a good test of the stove, really. I've been having a few spots of rain, but nothing out of the ordinary for this time of year in this country, I suppose. Oh, and whilst I'm here, I'll take the opportunity to do a video response to Steve Kirwen, which is apt, seeing as it's his canteen cup that I'm using today, which he very generously sent to me last year. So anyway, an awful lot of months ago now, more than I care to remember, he asked me to do a video about funny army stories, and I said I would, and I haven't. Well, here it is. Now, a long time ago, far away... No, hang on. That's the beginning of Star Wars, sorry. Still, it's a good beginning. Better than the ending, they said, which can't come too soon. Oh, okay, I'll hurry up. Anyway, I used to be in the Navy. And I was one of those soldiers that fight at sea. So if you've been in that branch of the services, you know exactly what I'm referring to. Anyway, one day we got this tip, for want of a better word. We were given this mission, shall we say, from on high. And what it was, we were to go out and intercept a trawler that was coming in with a cargo of contraband. Now, I'm not going to mention what the contraband is, for fear of contravening the unofficial Secret Squirrel Act. I would hate to end up in the jug, or the chokey, or the shovel, or the clink, or the glass house, or whichever other nickname you want to use to describe the prison. So, whether it was arms, guns, drugs, counterfeit money, people trafficking, not going to tell you, mainly to protect the guilty. Namely me. Anyway, we intercepted this vessel. Sure enough, it wasn't Duff Jen. It was all kosher. There was contraband on board. We secured the crew and vessel. We were taken into custody by a customs cutter, and we pootled off back to port. Port being a port on the southeast coast of England, which shall remain nameless. But I think a lot of you will know which one it is. Anyway, we tied up at the jetty. We were in 3 boats. We didn't use ribs in those days. We used what was called rigid raiders, and about 16 foot long, 5 foot wide, made of fiberglass. And we tied the 3 raiders up, and we all tootles off to the pub. And we'd been there about, 45 minutes, an hour, getting nicely oiled, well on the way to getting completely mullered. When this chap comes in, and we knew him and he knew us, and he said, I thought I'd find you lot here. So we said, well, you're dead right then, Sherlock, because you have. So anyway, he said, you're going to have to move your boats because we need to tie ferry up. We'd moored to the stone jetty where the local ferry used to embark and disembark its passengers and little bits of cargo. So anyway, the 3 lads went off and took the boats further up the harbour, and they came back and we spent rest at night in there till way gone closing time. And then we all made our merry ways home. We all lived in different places. We didn't live in the barrack. We all lived, we were all billeted off base, as it were. Anyway, we all met up down on the quay the next morning, about 8ish. There was 3 of them there. You know, the Vikings that were driving, the boats that is. They were all there looking rather sheepish. So I said, what's up? So they said, can't find boats. So I said, what do you mean you can't find boats? They're big enough. I said, well, they're not where we left them. I said, well, where did you leave them? Points over there. I said, left them tied to Yellow Ladder. So looked over, you know, to where they were pointing. No boats, but there again, no yellow ladder either. But at 50 yards away in the half tide, there was some floating boat wreckage which looked suspiciously like smashed up raiders. And anyway, eventually we got to the bottom of it, and what had happened was these numpties had only moored the boats to the back ladder on a parked up petrol tanker. You know, the driver parked up for the night and he set off real early the next morning. Told the raiders about 50 yards, they smashed into the jetty wall and just like basically disintegrated. So we kind of all got hauled over the coals for that. We were in exceedingly hot water and we all had to stand in a corner for at least half an hour and write lines as well. So anyway, Steve, I hope you like that story. That is my funny army, in brackets navy story. So I know it's not hilarious, but nothing much funny happens to me really. I'm a pretty sort of boring sort of a chap. So anyway, back to the stove. You may just be able to see the flames of the bloom underneath, and you can see the two ends of the titanium stroke stainless rods there, and there is a little bit of steam starting to issue from underneath my homemade lid. So I shall endeavour to get my pot opener out one-handed, and then I'll have a look inside and see how we're doing. I think, as you can see, definitely getting bubbles there. So that's about it really. It's pretty much everything. That'll be ready to decant now into my Swedish folding and have a cup of joe in 2 or 3 mins. So anyway, I hope you liked this video, and Stephen especially, because I've sort of killed 2 videos with one slightly blunt object, or a stone even. Oh, and this video, the stove part of it, is by request of Sinclair Fergus Smith, my very good friend north of the border, who everyone will know him far more than they'll know a clown like me. Anyway, so this is one of the stove videos that I promised I would do, Sinclair. So as soon as I get a chance to do the other one, I will do. So anyway, if you liked this video, leave nice comments. If you didn't like this video, well, it's too late now, I'm afraid, but you'll know in future, won't you? Forewarned is forearmed, so to speak. So anyway, I hope you liked this. Thanks very much for watching, and bye. Oh, and by the way, this is a Fred Carno's Circus production in association with Casey's Court Promotions of the Mews Cottage, Oildrum Lane, Shepherd's Bush, London. So thanks very much for watching, and bye.